Hi, everybody. Welcome to the QB School. I am JT O'Sullivan. Today, Jalen Hurts, Week 9. Keep it rolling. Let's get it going. Welcome to the QB School. Before we dive into the video, a quick reminder about the Quarterback School Patreon community. This group is the foundation, the bedrock of the channel. Not only is it a great, inexpensive way to support the channel, but you get even more Quarterback School content. So hop over there, join, become a member. I appreciate your support. As for this video, let's get into it. Jalen Hurts balling out recently. Eagles, Week 9, nice win versus the Jags. This is a beautiful touchdown pass to Barkley out the backfield, little wheel. Love the fact that they've got a world-class back who can go make these kinds of adjustments down the field. I think there's only a handful of dudes in the league that would even be asked to do this, let alone have the capacity to do this. So great touch, little man beater, run right by the second level of the defense. Again, great adjustment, great touch from Jalen Hurts. This is by no means going to be a Jags defensive school, but I do want to start by just talking scheme-wise about what's going on, who's who in the zoo here. So for me, we're going to talk about the actual defensive adjustment here. So two eligibles. We're going to motion across here. As we motion across, who covers the guy going in motion in man coverage? Oftentimes someone will run or you'll bump. Okay, if you catch a team that takes the safety out of the roof and brings it down and like rock and rolls this, if you get in this world, oftentimes a team will continue to motion to get who they want in coverage and playing the deep safety. What you almost never see is someone coming out of the roof and no one going back to rock and roll. This is just rock. This is terrible defense. You can't play zero and not pressure. Okay, so watch the adjustment to motion here. What? I mean, you can tell he's yelling down here to get back to the middle of the field. They don't, it doesn't matter. Now, the only thing I would add by that is that, in a kind of read world here, this almost guaranteed is one. And with no safety right here, you probably would like that ball thrown. Now, he might not win, and that would bring you to the wheel, which is a fair case to make. But just the idea being that we have a post versus no safety. And again, we make a great throw, great catch. But come on now, Jacksonville, help us out. You can't be not rock and rolling the safeties with this kind of adjustment. It is just terrible defense. Now, that is still a great adjustment from Barkley right there to fade out and make that play in the end zone. Again, really love the base from Jalen Hurts, the timing, the rhythm, the touch, being accurate with these deep balls. Ball out. And again, leaves the screen. Showcase that touch. Again, you can see that post potentially winning to the middle right there. That's, he's in his hip, but we've got the leverage we want for the post. Regardless, great adjustment, big touchdown, massive play. Next one here, 3rd and 3. Another beautiful touch throw from Jalen Hurts. We're eventually going to get it to Brown here as we go post shift. Looks like they've got multiple plays called at the line of scrimmage. We'll talk about the whole process, the scheme, but just the base, the rhythm, the timing, the touch, the precision outside the numbers. This is 3rd and 3. We're pushing it down the field. I'll call this route probably a sail route. I really love the design and the operation here. Great pass protection. That is a strike of a throw. It is beautiful. So what's going on here? The first thing we're going to look at is the shift. All right. Again, slow this thing down. 2 by 2, open, right? No inline tight end. So we're going to motion out like this or shift out like this. The reason you do that is to see how the defense reacts. So when someone runs out with him, it's man to man. So that's why you shift. Okay, so first thing here, let's just watch how they adjust to the shift. So 2 by 2, 25 goes. Okay, now watch, Jalen Hurts goes right to the helmet, whatever their process is for multiple plays. Okay, so when you see this, now we know we got man to man. All right, that's man. Middle field closed. Man. We're going to run a man beater. Great. So what do? This is great scheme. We come back inside. Here comes the sail across. Okay, that wins. That's where the ball should go. Great. 1. Okay, if we didn't like that, we're then going to have the Mesh come across here. Now he ends up, I would say, picking the wrong guy, but picks the rat or the thief. So there's the mesh. And we've got the number 2 coming across for the mesh. So we've got 2 great runaway options to our 2 studs on the perimeter. Just excellent design. Great operation, design, execution. This is just high-level offense on third down, situational ball. So here comes the short motion. So you get the stack release. Brown on the sail. Wins. Okay, now watch the mesh from the number 2 down here to the bottom. And you got Smith coming across on the runaway. So multiple guys. And then just by some miracle, both those routes were covered. You've got the backside in versus outside leverage. So we got multiple winners, multiple runaways. Jalen Hurts being precise with the ball location. Excellent operation. This just looks like really good third down offense. And the ball's right up on his face. Outstanding. Let's go. Next one here, 3rd and 6. This is the check down to Saquon Barkley, which is the ridiculous move, reverse hurdle, whatever you want to call it. You know, let this thing wash over you. We'll talk a little bit about the read here, but this move is what it is, man. It is simply ridiculous. Spin, jump with your back turned, take a big shot, get a first down on 3rd and 6. You know, when I was watching this on social media, I had no idea it was 3rd down. 3rd down, check down, give it to your best player, good things happen. Whoop. I think the thing that probably makes it more impressive to me, if it's possible, is first we make this guy miss. Okay, so if we get sacked right here, it's going to be 4th and long or 4th and medium-ish. Then we spin on someone. Whoop, make 2 people miss. Then he just knows the guy's behind him. Like, I mean, could he square him up here? Maybe. I don't know. It's crazy. Oh my God. That is crazy. Now, read-wise here, they're running inside fade up top with what I would classify as like a crosser from Smith down here to the bottom. So if we catch any sort of 2 or cloud here, I don't like inside fade at all. This is essentially dead to me. Now, could you potentially come down here and work this crosser? You know, I would probably say yes. I think he probably plays, he being Hurts, plays this a tick quick for me. You know, if you give Smith a little bit of a chance to get over there on the traditional crosser, you know, does he, you know, could you throw that, you know, in this hole, you know, with a little bit of anticipation, you know, what are their rules as far as what they take, where they settle, those types of things, only those guys know. But I kind of like that space, but you can see he's already off of them, right? Like he's already to the check down. So just played it a tick quick for me, but man, that's beautiful pass protection. And this is just a ridiculous move too. There's no doubt about it. Whoop. Oh man, I mean, it doesn't get old. It really doesn't. You know, I think it's funny even to like think about this is going to be like in every video game ever moving forward. Like, oh yeah, just do the reverse hurdle. Damn, he takes a big shot too at the end. The cavalry's coming from the inside. Bam. Next one here, 3rd and 7. Okay, this is an important play on a number of different levels. First, Jalen Hurts, great job using his legs, getting a first down. Got to go, acceleration, strength, balance, athleticism, all sorts of traits that Jalen just brings to the table when he's healthy and can run it like this. So, doesn't like it down the field, not there, sort it out, get vertical. Again, running through arm tackles, right? First one, boom, right there, touch his legs, can't get him down. Boom, 2 more, bounce off, spin, keep your balance, fight forward. Just a great competitive, excellent rep from Jalen Hurts. Now, what is going on and why is this play so important on the back end? This is the same play that we will run on 4th and 3 later in this game. Okay, so let's lock in on this one. The first thing here is we're going to get to a bunch. We're going to have the point on the bunch going like the deep out or corner. The ball's really probably intended in man coverage to go where they throw it next time to Brown. So we've got middle field closed. We've got Brown coming on the short motion runaway. Now on this rep, to me, he gets held a little bit, and that impacts it. The next part of this is going to be Smith lets these 2 things go. So essentially clear, and then we're going to come off here and run what I'm going to call a little choice or option. I think this time he goes in, the next time he goes out. You know, neither are really there, if I'm being honest. Maybe you could make this throw here, but it's important to just lock in. They love this play. Obviously run it twice in 2 critical situations in the high red. So short motion, Again, does Brown get held right there? I would say, grabbed for sure, but I would probably want him to fight through that and get over across flatter, and that's where I would want the ball to go. Again, make sure I'm really clear here. Come across 1,000 miles an hour. He goes first. He goes second, and you got to run and separate. We can't get grabbed, especially when we're the bigger, stronger dude. And then if that's not there, then we've got the little option choice here. So again, I like the design of it. And if you're going to go 7-person protection and they're not going to have anybody back here, this is an excellent opportunity to get Brown on a runaway or get Smith on a choice. He gets grabbed, we got to go. So just put that one in the bank. It's a great effort from Jalen Hurts, but we're going to come back and we're going to need that play later on a 4th down, and we're not going to hook it up. So no, got to go. 1, 2, 3, bounce off me. I'll go get it myself. Next one here, 3rd and 6, sack. Ball probably should be thrown away as well. We'll talk through the scheme of it. I'm going to guess that they're working up top to Smith on the little choice or option. It gets undercut. Come back to the looper return. There's nothing there. We got to throw it away. We got to find a way to throw it away. Can't take that sack. Okay, now scheme-wise, I feel like we probably didn't look to the right side, if I'm being honest about what the read is. That's assuming that they have the freedom to make the choice about where to go. But this ball has to be thrown away. If you're out off schedule, running around outside the pocket, throw it away. So what happens here scheme-wise? 3rd and medium, we're going to have Smith come across. Can probably snap this thing right behind him in a stack formation. We're going to come up into the corner by the number 1. Then Smith is going to come up. And again, I'm going to say this is a choice. So he go in, out, settle down. Often teams will let you go to the post. He decides to go out. Okay, when he goes out, the defender is right there and undercuts it. So it's not there. So we have 2 people on the corner. We get that choice undercut. It's dead over here. At the bottom of the screen, anytime you have this, like what I'm used to calling a looper return, that's almost always the backside. So because it takes a long time to get in and out of this thing. So if we were to go, let's call this alert or 1, this would be 2 back over here. Now it's really hard, in my opinion, to go all the way back to an outside comeback 3, all the way across the field, like outside the numbers. When I see comebacks like this, I prefer that these are like alerts in my mind. So meaning alert, if you get the pitcher coverage, pitcher matchup you want, it's a matchup league, press 1-on-1 versus 11. I like it. I don't care necessarily who this guy is. I like it. Let's think about this. So this is where, post snap days later with a marker clicker guy will tell you to go with it. If you don't like that, then you got to go create and you got to throw it away. So first thing here, let's just watch A.J. Brown at the bottom. 1-on-1, comeback, middle field closed, press man. Is he running 100 miles an hour? No. Does he probably know he's on the backside? Yep. Okay, that's not an excuse. That's just the reality. So now up top we're playing. We're going to got Smith on the choice. Undercut. Okay, they're in drop 8. The corner's got 2 people on him. The looper return's not winning. Now we've had good success getting the ball to Barkley on check down, so I wouldn't mind that either. But now we go, drop 8, we got to throw it away. Must throw it away. So for me here, pre-snap decision, flexibility. Does he have the freedom to go here to Brown 1-on-1? Maybe not. If he doesn't, then we've got nothing. Maybe the check down to Barkley on time. Right here, when we go, you just got to retreat and throw that away. Can't have that happen. Next one here, 3rd and 6. So to me here, the ball should go to Smith. He's the short motion. A little switch release deep over the ball. Tampa 2 versus a linebacker. To me, you have to throw it. Now, it's not the end of the world that you get a completion. Check down gives you a, 4th down and a chance. But for me here, top left of the corner, this is open. There's not a linebacker in the league that's going to run with the vertical of Smith, put the brakes on, put it on him. Like the precision, the timing, the expectations for me in this unit is for Jalen Hurts to make that decision to throw it and throw a good enough ball for a 1st down. I like this design. Okay, we got 11 up top. We're going to end up getting to Tampa. Okay, half field player. We're running to the middle of the field. We're doing this short motion. So as he comes down here, snap this thing, essentially switch release. We're going to run right at that Mike linebacker. He's got to be terrified that we're going to run over the top. We just put the brakes on, and the ball has to be right on us. The timing of this thing, whatever it is, 3, 5, ball out, 1 hitch, right here, all day, every day. This is the pitcher, look for it, must throw it. So for me here, this is what I would classify as a turn down. So throw it. And again, is it wide open? No. But is that the matchup we want? A wide receiver versus a backer in space, one-on-one, zone coverage? Like, yeah, throw it. But why are we not throwing it? If he can't see, he's got to slide and create a window for himself. But just by the coverage structure, you should know that it's there, and we got to have a chance. Now, when he turns it down, good job finding a completion. And again, you'll hear me say often, a completion on third down is almost always okay. Okay? Almost always. And really the saying is punting after a third down completion is okay. Well, we're not going to punt here. So this isn't okay. Again, you watch the top left of the screen. That's the matchup we want. You see the linebacker turning and running? We got him. It's over. Throw. Play with a little bit of anticipation. Put it right where you want. Find the lane. Go throw that thing for a first down. So now the very next play is 4th and 3. Now you could talk about the decision here. You know, we're up 10, 4th and 3. I don't know what the math is on 4th and 3. I would say it's probably like 60% conversion, 65% conversion. Ball's on the 22. I'm not mad at going for it. I'm really not. It's the same play we talked about last time. We got the runaway from Brown, the choice by Smith. We just don't throw a good ball. We got to get this ball out there in front of him. Give him a chance. The ball's behind us. It looks like he goes 1-2. And again, only those guys know what the read is. Okay, I'm not going to sit here and tell you I know what the read is, but I can tell you how I personally would play this. So again, here's that deep outer corner. Here's that short motion runaway crosser. And here's that option or choice from Smith. I think it's really hard to go 1 here to 2 here. That's just me. I personally would think of this as, hey, if it's middle field closed, man, I want this to be alerted. That's the matchup I want. And from there, I'll go 1-2 because of how this happens. I find it really hard to say, hey, I'm going to see if this choice wins. If it doesn't win, I'm going to come all the way across the field and make this throw. So the process, the execution for me is just not what it's supposed to be, or not what it should be here. So he's looking to Smith up top. He doesn't like it. He goes out, could you make that throw? It's 4th and 3. If you're going to play Smith here, I'm going to throw that ball to him on the out. Really both of these guys win. I mean, again, I'm not going to sit here and tell you I know what the read is, but that's a win for me. If you don't like that, that's a win for me. So it would almost have to be 1-2 here if you're going to work here. And you would never, I find it almost impossible to say 1-2-3 here. And so, this kind of 4th down execution to me is just a bummer. Just play the play the way it's designed to be played. Those guys are open. We're turning down NFL open guys. And again, we're also not trusting our pass pro, which is outstanding here. We can step into this and make this a better throw after this kickback. Now, you could also, or I would make the argument here, I would prefer Brown to stay flat and friendly as opposed to drifting up the field here. But only those guys know what their landmark is. I just feel like when you drift, you allow this defender a much easier path to undercut you. It's much harder to run across and undercut this ball. You essentially have to be twice as fast. So just that little detail at the end of it as well, but it's not a good enough throw. I don't think it's a good read. I don't think it's a good throw. And now it's Jacksonville's ball. So again, you got to appreciate the design. They go back to the same play, same quarter. Tough. Next one here, 2nd and forever. Right before the 2-minute warning, 2nd quarter. We're going to rip that little wrap or hammer in down here to the bottom. And this is really stealing. If I had to be super critical here, I would actually say this is a tick late. 1, 2, 3, hitch throw. It's kind of on the far side of the first window. This is an easy read for a quarterback. When you're in 3-by-2 and they play Tampa, I personally think if the mic opens to the field or to the number 3, this is stealing. So this sure looks like where Brown gets hurt, which is unfortunate. Here's that little in or hammer in. The reason I call it a hammer in is just because you get this, like what people call nail. So you're running that thing right on top of it. And again, if we're catching Tampa, middle field open, and we are in a 3-by-2 formation, so 3 eligibles, 2 eligibles, again, universal football, base rules, the middle of the 3 linebacker types, there are the 3 linebacker types, is going to open and match to the number 3 most of the time. So clean this thing up. If he opens this way, it's going to create an even bigger first window here. And that's why I'm saying, a tick faster here. Maybe he's got a little bit more time to get vertical, make somebody miss. So the timing of this thing could maybe be a little bit faster, but the read is outstanding. The design is outstanding. I love where they have those guys on the same side of the field as well. Just stealing right off that curl defender. Looks like 22. Boop. Got him. Nice completion, and we're rolling in a 2-minute situation. Next one here, 3rd and 6, coming out of the 2-minute. We're going to run what I'm used to calling an out concept, kind of a deep Greg Roman up top, must outside release go, and a slot out with a shallow coming to you. I personally think that the out probably should be thrown here. Now, it's a little confusing because I call it an out, but really they have the capacity to settle versus a cloud corner. So you will be able to see it from the wide. And then you couple that with kind of a bummer of pass protection on the left side. And now we got a sack. And so to me, again, I think this is there. And again, Jacksonville's doing a nice job right here. This is good pre-snap disguise, right? Like this looks like closed, right? At the snap, or right before the snap, we're going to run out to some sort of middle field open. We get a cloud rolled up corner here. Again, I'm calling this a more go. More just means must outside release go. So you want to pull that corner with you. So you want him to turn and face the sideline. That allows this slot out to get a little bit of room, and a guy who's got a lot of wiggle and understanding will kind of settle here. He won't run into a collision. And so you kind of throw it right at him, right at the base of the numbers. Okay, if that's not there, then we've got the shallow coming across. So it's just kind of like a 1 to 2 right here. So again, you make the judgment here. Would you throw it to the slot, knowing the coverage with that kind of space up top? Good pre-snap disguise. Put it on him. Again, you don't throw it and lead him. It looks like he's about to throw it. No, I take that back. It was the hash mark. He doesn't like it. I personally like it. Again, it can be confusing because if you're throwing it like a traditional out, it's a disaster, right? This guy right here. But you have to understand versus cloud, you just throw it right in between the defenders. It's a zone throw. So it's not there, and now we're in trouble. Don't have time to get back to the shallow. We got to go. Now, what happens here, pass pro wise, is a little bit unfortunate. Okay, again, I'm not even sure I would call this a stunt. I guess for our reasons, we'll call it a stunt. We've got these two blocking these two. Now, what happens here is we get a tight end chip. So the tight end chips here, which many teams do on 3rd down across the league, and it's a great technique. The problem here is that when we chip, we don't stay on the same level here. So the guard is getting depth and the tackle is shallow. Oftentimes you'll hear me say on this channel, I don't pretend to be an O-line expert, although I do have strong opinions specifically about scheme. But picking up stunts, you really have to be on the same level here. If one guy is deep and one guy is shallow, it's almost impossible to pick up a stunt. So this is an example of the guard getting depth and the tackle being shallow. And so when we get this little game or different pass here after the post chip, they've got no chance to pick it up. So again, let's just watch. First, we'll watch the tight end chip, and then we'll watch the guard get depth. So there's the chip. And now the guard is deeper than the tackle. So the deeper than the tackle. So he can't pass that thing off when 91 takes the B gap. And then we've got no chance. The left tackle never even barely touches the defensive end. Again, I'm not even sure that's a stunt. I just think 41 gets chipped and then just takes the A gap. And it's a sack. And it's a bummer. So for me, the ball could go to Smith in the slot out versus cloud. we could do a better job of picking up this stunt to the left with the left tackle and left guard working together, continuing to get depth, work together. Bummer. Next one here, 3rd and 18 draw for a touchdown. 28 seconds left to go. End of the second quarter. Draw from the 20 on 3rd and 18? How is that even possible from a defense? I mean, this is just a backbreaker. This is absolutely a bummer. From an offensive standpoint, it's really a beautiful picture because I want you to watch how everyone is covered up. They really have 10 guys, 9 guys blocked here. So 4 defensive linemen blocked up. Now watch the center go to the mic. Covered up. Now look at the perimeter. So we got 2x2 open, right? 11 personnel. They all 4 make decent blocks. Maybe not 83. 3 out of 4. And then Barkley just does Barkley things again in the end zone. Outruns 2 DBs. I mean, that is terrible defense. But it's really nice blocking. Nice scheme. Get up there, cover him up. That's all he needs. Wow. All right, into the third quarter here. We're going to hit a little flood concept down here to the bottom. 83, Dotson makes a hell of a catch. He's the number 1. What I'm used to calling like a flag or a back pylon. Now, I'm not sure how exactly Jalen made the decision to throw this ball, and it is a beautiful catch more than anything else. A contested, go up there and make a really difficult catch, fight through this thing. I love Jalen Hurts' drop. Love it. Lined up, but I mean, look at this catch. I mean, what? Legitimate head topper. Hell of a job. Contested play. That is big time. So first here, what's going on? To me, this is just an iteration of flood. And you see a lot of teams get there. Some version of this where we're going to ask our number 1 from a condensed formation to set it high, probably to the back pylon. We're going to run it with a little sail by the number 2, where probably the ball is designed to go. Then we're going to get someone in the flat. So again, whether you want to read this high to low, low to high, alert it, whatever your terminology of choice is, 83 does a really nice job here, Dotson, of fighting through some early contact. Fighting through, keep it going. Again, you know, to me, I probably would have thrown it to Smith. Regardless, this is a hell of a catch. Good things happen when you give your guys a chance to make plays down the field. No overthrow. Now watch the drop. So he's going to be lined up to the left. Play fake. It's actually harder with a play fake. So play fake, get lined up. You got the left tackle in your lap, getting pushed back, right? Got to buy some time. Have enough torque to be able to give your guy a chance. Good things happen. He makes a play for you. Hell yeah. Next one here, just a beautiful offensive quarterback run game touchdown. We're going to run a little bash GT. Middle field closed, man versus a mint front. You cannot get to this call fast enough. You cannot. It's almost impossible to guard. Brutal hit there on 74, the left tackle here. This is a total clown move, in my opinion, by 5 on many levels. Yeah, and I honestly want to use a different word, but we're going to stay with clown. That is not cool, man. Not allowed, not cool. Regardless, it's a beautiful design play, and I hope 74 is all right. That is a awesome offensive architecture. Great job. So the first thing to pay attention to is it is middle field closed, man. Right? Man across the board. The bash part of this is the back away. The quarterback is reading the C-gap defender away right here. Whoever shows up in the C-gap. Now, the beautiful thing about this and why I think it's so good versus man is that in man, you're going to run with the basher. So versus zone, there would probably be a linebacker type sitting right here. But that guy has man coverage on this guy. So he's got to go cover. Right? So now we're reading this player. Can he tackle the bash? If he can, we are then going to pull it and run GT back the other way. The right side is going to be gap down backer, and we're going to be kick, which turns into a log here we'll talk about. And then the left tackle's got nobody to block. He gets all the way up on Clown Boy down here. Just beautiful design. You cannot get to this type of stuff fast enough in empty man coverage with a quarterback that can run. It's beautiful play design, offensive architecture. Kick, log, wrap, nobody. Great job getting in the end zone. Total bullshit from 5. So from the back end here, I really want you to pay attention to first. Here's the conflict defender. So we're going to play this from the quarterback perspective, right? Well, the basher we talked about, as he's coming across the back away, watch the guy who's got him in man. He kind of he's like, oh, should I run fit? Nope, I got to get this guy. So that when we come back to gap down, gap down, gap down, and we go to kick here, and he gets a log, which all that means is he takes the inside of it, and we roll this thing. So we log his ass this way. So you just roll him. Then the tackle's leading away for the wrapper, but there's nobody to wrap to. So we wrap all the way back to this guy going low on us. So it's just a beautiful job. So first here, watch the guy who's covering the bash come across here. See him run. See, kind of like hesitates, like, should I fit the run? No, I got to do my job. It's over. We got the ball the other way. We're about to go score. Okay, now let's watch the conflict defender to the left on the left hash. Is he going to tackle the bash? Yes. So we pull it. Okay, now we got 69 on the kick. He turns into a log. Follow the wrapper. Get in the end zone. Again, total BS to go low like this. It is not allowed. Frowned upon. Bullshit. Next one here, 2nd and 8. We get a little bit lucky here. So we're running a choice here to Smith out of the backfield. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan. Certainly not a huge fan of that motion. We get a little lucky here. This thing certainly could be intercepted. I'm not sure if it's necessarily a turnover-worthy type throw, because I really feel like the guy covering Smith, 51, which seems like a terrible matchup, kind of grabs him by the hip there and could easily be a penalty. So you get a little football karma that thing probably hits the ground. Again, I didn't go back to watch the broadcast. I don't care that much about it, but we still have the ball here in the all-22 the next play. So thinking that whatever this is, so I don't love putting wide receivers back here, but if they're going to allow you to have a linebacker try to cover a wide receiver in this, you got to take advantage of it. From that standpoint, love it. So we're going to come up. We're going to run essentially a clear through here, usually a corner. And we're going to run that little choice route that we've seen from him all day. He makes the decision to go in. Again, in my opinion, he is grabbed here. That certainly screws up the timing. The ball's probably a little high, and now it's borderline pick. So again, like the scheme, love the matchup, love it. We don't hook it up. Again, does 51 put his hand on his left hip right there? Yeah. Ball's high. Ball certainly, I guess, could be intercepted. So we'll call it interceptable, turnover worthy-ish. So again, just not quite the execution that we've seen on some of these things. And again, these choices and options haven't been as easy. These are supposed to be easy throws. Whether we just haven't hooked them up or haven't been on the same page, it's a bummer. The only good thing here on this play for me is that 74 is back in the game. So glad he seems all right. But man, that is fortunate right there. Could be a pick. Next one here, 3rd and 8. Jalen Hurts, another great scramble here. There's a lot of moving parts going on here. The first part is watching Saquon Barkley make a great scan block or cross key back across, take the hit off. That allows this play to happen. So again, Saquon Barkley just doing his thing from the backfield. Love to see it. Jalen Hurts looking fast, looking healthy, looking dynamic, using his legs, go get a first down, because we got some issues down the field. There's really nothing there, and there looks like there's at least one bust here. So great job from Barkley coming back across. Excellent job by Hurts using his legs. Protect yourself, get out of bounds, get what you can get. Really nice job. So for me here, the first thing bust-wise, it looks like the number 2, I'm guessing the tight end down here to the bottom, probably doesn't run the right route. One of these guys is not in the right. So I would guess this is just supposed to be drive here. I think they run all go up top. So this, what you wouldn't do is what happens here, where he goes and then the number 2 goes right behind him. Like that's not really a play you would see very often. Now maybe old school short post would be here, and then this. That has a little bit different spacing for me than what it ends up looking like. So we overcome some sort of design or execution error at the bottom of the screen. That's not what it's supposed to look like. There's no way that's what we want right there. But again, Barkley does a great job here. No, all the way back across, late, great vision, just super high IQ football play. Really nice job. And then Jalen Hurts again, multiple times in this game, whether it's design quarterback runs or whether it's scrambles like this, using his legs to make a difference. Not coloring inside the lines. It's not there. We got to go. We got to go. And now it turns into a big chunk, and it's kind of a back-breaking play against the Jags. All right, so the next one here is 4th and 1. All right, we're coming towards the end of the third quarter. 4th and 1, the problem here, game-wise, is that we're up 6. So the argument to go for a field goal here makes sense because you would make it a 2-score game. Now, the flip side of that, which I'm honestly totally fine with, is being aggressive, having a high percentage play that you love at 4th and 1 that you can go execute at a high level. We're going to do it. So the actual decision here to me is not that terrible. Now, the execution is not good enough. So you see this play or a version of this play all the time in the league. Fake it to him, throw it to him. Jalen Hurts runs around. He doesn't like it. At the end of the day, you absolutely cannot throw away a 4th down. Like there's not a situation in the world that this is ever acceptable. So no, you just chuck it up. Just close your eyes and hand grenade that thing. You can't throw it away, dog. We can't throw this away. What are we doing on 4th down? What are we doing? So again, the design of this play, and I'm pretty sure, didn't Barkley miss a play like this? Was that this year? Faked it to him, throw it to him. That the design of this thing is to reverse out, and we're trying to throw it to the back who we're faking to, staying on the run. So like this is one, and then all of these plays historically are run with an over. One of these guys usually going to the corner, and then one of the other guys going bang late flat. Okay, so kind of the easy way to do this, and especially when you got a guy like Hurts, is to go one run. Okay, I think that the normal way this play is read is 1, 2, 3 to the late flat or back to the flat. Some people call it 1, 2, 1. Okay, and so the part I want you to pay attention to here is the bang flat, or this ability to hold the edge and then find the soft spot. This ball should be thrown here. So as we reverse out, it's no to the flat. I get it. I don't think the over ever shows up, but this is there. And if you can't run it yourself, you've got to go 1, 2, 3, quick. So again, I just feel like the execution of this doesn't do this play call justice, because the Barkley's not there. And that's not there. They outflanked you. The over, not there. The late flat, 84? 84 is there, man. We gotta. This is not that difficult of a play. Corner. Sit here, late flat. Allow that flat to clear it out and just settle and put it right on him. 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, however you want to say it. 4th down, gotta have it. Again, I think 84 is there on time. I think he can make that play with 33 in his lap right there. You know, you're looking at a what? Just over 10-yard throw. Got to throw it. Got to throw it. Got to throw it. Now it's probably too late. Now we have to throw it up. We cannot throw it away. We cannot throw it away. Oh my God, you cannot throw a ball away on 4th down. So not good enough execution. You know, probably not my favorite way to do this either. If we're going to talk about just pure design, I would prefer this guy secure, this guy go to the corner. You know, I think he's securing air here. If we're going to have the number 2 go to the corner and have the number 3 just kind of secure air here, it's just not as good of a play for me. Again, you know, nobody's asking me. It's all right. I'm not mad at it. But those are all choices, right? Again, one more time before it skips. No. Again, this is how fast you have to play this thing. Flat, no, over, no, yes, late. Right there, late. And 84 has to settle for us. He's running to like get covered here. Just settle. Stop moving. And then again, you absolutely cannot do this. Cannot throw away a 4th down. 4th quarter here, 3rd and 6. Still up by 6. We're going to run double slant up top. This is a beautiful job. Big hookup, tight window. Nice job trusting the leverage. So again, we're going to have outside leverage versus middle field closed man. You know where your winner is, put it right on him. Just an absolutely outstanding job here. Again, catching closed, what looks like press man, okay, versus closed man. I'm anticipating outside leverage if we've got a tight split, so that we know we should probably have a window into this slant. Again, I'm a big fan of slants on third downs, the ability to get an easy completion, have you going towards your end zone, chance for a catch and a little yak opportunity as well. Just makes a lot of sense right there. You get the matchup you want, the leverage you want, the ball out on time. I thought Hurts plays with great rhythm here. Left, right, all his cleats in the ground. Boom, on him. 1, 2, all his cleats in the ground. Inside out, read that thing, inside out. And really it happens at the same time. Left, right, out. Boop, first down. Nice job, nice catch. Next one here, 1st and 10, balls on the 41. Big play down here to Smith at the bottom. I love this play. This little boot where you're going to boot away and throw the post back the other way. It's an excellent job. It's a beautiful throw. It's a great route. It's excellent design. It's terrible defense from Jacksonville. Horrendous defense at multiple spots. Doesn't take away from the awesome execution. Look at the pass pro. Nobody around us. Throw right on stride, right up on his face. Massive chunk. Just a big, big play. Now, what I want you to watch here, and again, let's talk about the part that isn't impacted by the defense, just the scheme element of it. When I'm saying boot this way to come back versus middle field closed and throw a post back the other way, go inside, you like lean on him like you're going to the corner, and then you come back across, and usually if you can cross the safety's face, you've got all sorts of space over here, especially versus man coverage. So that part I love. Now, the part that I want you to watch here is whatever this guy's doing, who knows where he's going. He's running over here. No one is covering the tight end. So the tight end runs this like over the ball. He's trying to gather whoever's supposed to be either playing the deep third or the safety or the near DB type to gather him to allow this post to come back over here. But nobody covers the tight end. He's just running and stops. Just imagine if he were to just run a corner. I mean, it would walk in. You could kick it to him with your opposite foot. It's just terrible defense. It's unacceptable. It's how people, if I'm being honest, how people get fired. I mean, look at the tight end. Don't stop, dude. If no one's covering you, don't stop. It's terrible. So the tight end is uncovered. Now watch the safety. Where's the safety going? He's fallen for Smith on the move that the wide receiver makes to the corner right here, right there. That move gets the safety on the 35. What? And it's a hell of a hookup. It's a great throw and catch, route, all of the above. It's terrible defense. It's really, really, really bad. But it's a great job from Hurts. Also great design. Look at the pass protection. And that's a big time throw. Right up on him, perfectly in stride. Chunk, let's go. Next one here to seal it, 3rd and 23. The ball's on the 26. We're going to throw a touchdown pass. One-handed catch to Devonta Smith down here at the bottom on a little double move, a little out and up, 7 up, whatever you want to call it, circus and up. No way this ball should be completed. It's a hell of a catch. One-handed back of the line. It's beautiful. It's, again, really bad defense. Again, Jalen Hurts, beautiful throw. He probably doesn't make it that easy on himself with whatever he's doing at the top of this drop, but this is a beautiful hookup. Again, what looks like what most of your favorite people would call shell coverage here, which to me would just be some iteration of quarters. Okay, quarters here with this corner down here in an inside release. He should never be inside of this guy. He should be outside of this the whole way with leverage. He's not. He takes an L. He's inside. We're then able to turn that thing, get one-on-one. 3rd and 23, one-on-one. That's as good as you can hope for. And then your guy goes and makes a play. And the fact that Devonta Smith beat you when 11 was out is just unacceptable from a Jaguar perspective. What is the corner doing down here to the bottom? He looks like he's in a walkthrough. Just chilling. Whoop. See ya. That's a hell of a catch. When do we let that ball go? I mean, as he's coming out of the second move, tough. Again, just being super critical of Hurts. Watch his footwork here. Click, click. Again, it doesn't matter if that's where you know you're going to go. I'm not sure you do necessarily. If you catch the matchup you want, again, just watch his pocket movement, moving to the left, clicking to the left. Again, I personally think this makes the throw even more impressive, that he can put it right where he wants. Because that's a click. That's a click. He's drifting to the left to throw to the right. Hard to do. Awesome catch. Big time play. So that is a wrap. Jalen Hurts, the Eagles, nice win there, overcoming some, unique game decisions as far as fourth downs, 2-point things, all those types of things. As far as Jalen Hurts, thought he played at a really high level, really liked the vast majority of the scheme. Now, was it perfect? Did he make every decision that I would have loved to have seen him make? No. But does he lean into his strengths? Did he throw the ball really well down the field? Did he find the matchups that he wanted and made big plays? And you couple that with what I really like from the design element of it, whether it's third down offense, whether it's different ways to be able to get into your man beaters, whether it's the design quarterback run game, whether it's Saquon jumping over people backwards, all pretty awesome film. Thank you so much for hanging to the end. I will see you next time. Have a good one.